Hello, ladies. Today is February 12th, 2026, and we are a couple of days away from Valentine's Day 2026. And I wanted to do like a cute small reading for the lovers out there, for people who are on this quest of finding love or just even finding yourself, right? And I wanted to make this point before I get into the reading. I wanted to make this small point and say that it's really up to families to really teach you about self love first, and then it's going to be easier for you to find a partner. Or if you are in this search, in this quest for finding love, right? Or attracting love. Because once you understand yourself, I'm going to always bring it back to the self. Once you understand yourself internally, you don't have to have like everything figured out to a T. However, it's going to eliminate a lot of issues when it comes to you and your quest of a partner. It's not going to be something that's very traumatic, that's very stressful. It's going to be able to happen naturally. And I wanted to bring that home first. Now let's get into the reading. And let's just get started with a little bit more of the darker elements of Valentine's Day. Now, here we have a woman and a man in an image. However, the woman looked like she's slightly disappointed and she is walking away with her gift and money in hand, which is always winning, right? Because if a man is going to make you upset on Valentine's Day, he can at least give you your gifts and give you your money and you can leave. So, this is going to speak to a man who may have disappointed you, or a man who may have waited until like Valentine's Day or some sort of special event in order to break up with you or give you a hard time, right? And so you're like, you know what, I'm just going to leave, I'm just going to walk away and whatever. Side note, a lot of the time men will do this because they don't want the responsibility. We're on social media, we can see what's happening on social media. Everyone is going to be celebrating, and some men may feel like, you know what, I don't want to make you a priority. And so this is why I always preach that women should have their own things going on. Now, of course, it's going to always be smart to have a lot of things lined up just in case your man want to get crazy with you. It's good to have girlfriends. It's good to have like family where you're able to still have a great time. And you can see here in this image, this woman is having a good time. She's celebrating Valentine's Day and she's enjoying herself. Why? Because she didn't limit herself to just her partner. And that's another thing, another side note. I don't believe that when it's special events like this, like as such as Valentine's Day, you can get gifts and money from anywhere. You don't have to just limit yourself to a partner. So, and to be quite honest, I would even say you can celebrate multiple different things. You can celebrate Valentine's Day with multiple different types of people. It could be a partner, it could be your friends, again, whomever. And it can also be with yourself. And here we have in this image an amazing couple. They just having a good time and celebrating themselves and celebrating love. I think that if you are going to celebrate, and this can be with anything in life, make sure you are around people who want to actually see you happy and you want to see them happy, and you guys can have this reciprocal type of energy amongst you guys. Because for so long, I think that people, both men, women, and people just in general as humans, believe that you have to be forced into some sort of partnership, family ship, relationship, and it's just not like that. And so, yeah, this speaks to that type of energy. And here we have another lovely couple with this particular image. This gives off the energy of I've been by myself. However, I have allowed myself to go through whatever I needed to go through in order to make sure that I'm choosing what's best for me. And this can be something that may have happened in your life when you were younger, or just, throughout your adulthood. You may have said, you know what, I am a great person. However, I don't need to project my beautiful, positive qualities onto other people. And by default, that has led you down maybe a darker path, dealing with people who didn't deserve your energy, dealing with people who wasn't, they didn't really have your best interests at heart. You took some time and now you allowed yourself to be open, right? And so this really speaks to that energy, and it could be for both parties. So I love that. I really love this image. They look like they're having such a great time and they're just really into each other. They're probably just chuckling amongst themselves about whatever. But in essence, they look like they are just enjoying themselves. And this reminds me of being with a person who can actually bring out those positive qualities, right? Because, side note, we already know when you're not with the right person, the most negative qualities will come out. Sometimes they can help you grow, sure, but mostly it's a no. So, if you're with a person and you guys are able to really enjoy each other because you actually like each other, you're able to grow and, like, you know, look forward to the future, then it's a win-win. So this really speaks to that type of energy, especially if you're the type of person to where you're very I want to say positive, right? You're very optimistic and you believe in, love, you believe in magic, right? So that speaks to this. Here's another beautiful couple, and I wanted to do a side note because this is really significant right here. This is two beautiful black women who decided to, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for me. And this is something that I really didn't decide on my own. This is something that just kind of happened, and I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to open up my options. I'm going to, be in my own energies. And I love this for this particular type of couple, or for you guys out there who is in like the same smacks party and you guys just found love with another person, right? Because it really speaks to this type of energy. You have so many different, and this is just another side note, you have a lot of energies out there that is trying to make women feel like they're less than, or feel like they have to be partnered with someone who is not good for them. I don't care if you are with the same smacks. I don't care if you decide to date outside of your race. I don't care if you decide to be single. You deserve to have love in whichever way it decides to show up for you. This can be self love. This can be, again, everything that I just named, right? And so I want women to really, especially Black women, to really understand that you don't have any limits. you know you don't have to contort yourself into believing like, okay, I would never find love, I would never, be happy. No, you too can be happy and have everything, right? And this speaks to two beautiful successful women who decided to try something new, right? They decided to say, you know what, I have options, I can kind of do what I want to do. I'm successful, I'm beautiful, I'm young, I'm talented, I have no limits. So this is what I see when I pick up on this image. And again, it's really about loving yourself and honoring who you are as a person and being able to see others do the same for themselves. And then you guys come together and create magic, because that's what it's really all about. Another beautiful image of two beautiful Black women. And now, this does speak to something that may have been a little bit more darker. And I'm picking up on this energy of, women who actually were in, like, heterosexual relationships, but they decided to do something different. They may have gone through something very traumatic. They may have gone through something that is not the best, but they were able to move on. And this speaks to both parties as well. And so you will have, as a side note, you will have women who have gone through certain things when it comes to men, and they decide, like, you know what, I've been through it all. I want to try something new. I want to try something different, not in a way that is like very manipulative or just, you're desperate for love or anything. It's just like, no, I've been through it all. I've recovered, I've healed, I've been able to, start anew, and I'm starting, I'm turning over a whole different leaf, right? This is something that is going to change my life forever. This is something that's going to enhance my life. So, again, it's to look towards the future and to be excited about something new, something fresh, right? So, that is all. I hope you guys have a beautiful, magical Valentine's Day 2026 and take care. Welcome to Valentine's Day 2026. You will be seeing some beautiful images in front of you, and I'm going to be reading the energies of the images that you see in front of you. Take care.